Hey everyone, how's it going? Onita here. We all know what this video is. It's time for my TBR jar to build my TBR for February. Apart from picking prompts out of a jar, I do have anticipated reads. I do have a romance reading vlog that I'll be doing in February. There's going to be a reading books from my physical TBR that I will be doing. I don't know what books I'll be reading in that video. I also have some carryovers from January and also some priority reads as well. So before we get into those books, let's just dip into the jar. Because of the heftiness of my February TBR, I will only be picking 3 prompts out of this jar. I'll just give you a quick rundown because you will see there's like colored paper and whatnot. White is for miscellaneous prompts. Yellow is a reading vlog challenge. Reds are the no-nos. These are the long books, the starting a new series that I don't really want to start. Green is for continuing a series, and blue is a reread. Okay, I'm not going to shake it this time because I feel like shaking it was a bad idea. I have 2. What do I do for 2? Do I just pick 2? I'm not going to do 2, okay? Because I feel like that's cheating. White. White is good. White is a miscellaneous. Okay, so I have a Goodreads choice winner. For Goodreads choice winner, so we all know the Goodreads Choice Awards. I'm going to pick a book that has won, and I decided to go for 2023, and the book I have chosen is Wayward by Amelia Hart. I got my laptop here, so that's why I'm kind of looking down. It won 2 categories, a historical fiction and debut novel as well. And this is a book that is on my 5-star predictions. So what it says here, an artful variation on the historical fiction novel Amelia Hart's Wayward follows 3 desperate women along 3 timeline threads, separate but related. In 1619, 1942, and 2019, Hart's story stitches back and forth in time as the women encounter an abiding feminine power, deeply rooted in the land. From the research I've done on this book, it seems witchy to me, and I'm really excited to read this one. Okay, number 2. Let's go, baby. Bloody reds, I tell ya. Reds are no-nos. I'm starting another series. The Aurora Cycle by J. Kristoff and Amy Kaufman, I believe. We have unfortunately picked up a red, which is a no-no, but I don't think my jar hates me this time. So that's good because it is Aurora Rising. It is the first book in the Aurora Cycle by Amy Kaufman and J. Kristoff. Young adult sci-fi. Tyler Jones is ready to recruit the squad of his dreams, but his own boneheaded heroism sees him stuck with the dregs nobody else in the academy would touch. A cocky diplomat with a black belt in sarcasm. A sociopath scientist with a fondness for shooting her bunkmates. That's going to be fun. A smart-ass tech whiz with the galaxy's biggest chip on his shoulder. An alien warrior with anger management issues. A tomboy pilot who's totally not into him, in case you were wondering. So this team, this squad, rescues someone from interdimensional space. Aurora is the person that they save. And she is a girl out of time and out of her depth, and she could be the catalyst that starts a war a million years. That starts a war millions of years in the making. I'm hoping it's going to be an easy read. I'm hoping it's going to be quick because I feel like I need that with February. Okay, last one from the TBR jar. Oh, it's a reread and I think I know what it is. Oh, yes! I'm so happy about this one. I will be rereading Piranesi by Susanna Clarke. I was absolutely manifesting this book. For reread, we have Piranesi by Susanna Clarke. Oh my god, I'm excited to read this one. You'd think I know what it's about because I've already read it before. So Piranesi lives in the house perhaps he always has. It's about Piranesi. There's this other world kind of thing. Piranesi is stuck in this house where there's this labyrinth of halls. There's thousands upon thousands of statues. It has its own weather system. And there's this man on Tuesdays and Fridays that Piranesi sees as his friend, and his friend is called the other. That's all you really need to know about it. I'm really excited to get into this. It's short, it'll help me out in February a lot, and I'm hoping I'll love it the second time around. So for carryovers and priority reads, I'm just going to quickly go through these ones. We have The Atlas Complex by Olivia Blake. This is the third book in the Atlas, I think it's the Atlas trilogy. I started reading this in January. I did not get a chance to get much further into it because I had other books I wanted to finish reading that were a little bit more of a higher priority and that I was getting through faster, so I was reading those ones first. I'm up to page 36 in this one. We then have Voyager, which is the third book in the Outlander series by Diana Gabaldon, an epic historical fiction romance. It's over 1,000 pages long. I'm reading it on ebooks, so the length of the book is a little bit longer with ebooks, so it's taking me a little while to get through. I think it's like ebook pages is 1,300. I'm not lying, it's like 1,300 apparently, but it depends on the size of font that you make it, and I feel like the bigger I can make it, the quicker I can get through it or something. But anyway, we then have Wolf Hall, which is the first book in the Thomas Cromwell trilogy by Hilary Mantel. I know it's historical fiction. I can't remember for the life of me what it's about, but I think it might be heavily political. I think Henry VIII or something doesn't have an heir to the throne, so Thomas Cromwell takes power or something like that. I've heard good things about it and I've wanted to read it for a little while. This is the last book I have to read on my 5-star predictions for 2023, so I really do want to read this book and then do like a wrap-up review for those books for my 2023 5-star predictions video. I will just quickly go through these books for the romance reading vlog I have planned in February. We have The Love Hypothesis by Ali Hazelwood. It's a Raylo fanfic apparently, but I think it's more based on the actors than the characters, I believe. Raylo makes me want to barf in my mouth. I'm not joking. I don't know how I'm gonna enjoy this. Happy Place by Emily Henry. I have soft DNF'd it or like DNF'd it. I put it aside for the time being. I was like, I read the 35% mark. I was enjoying it, just really wasn't ready to read the book. Hoping to actually get back into it, read it, finish it, and hopefully I will really enjoy it. And The Road Trip by Beth O'Leary. I have read 2 Beth O'Leary books before and I've really enjoyed them, and I'm hoping to enjoy this one as well. I think it's like a second chance romance. There's this, I think the main character is going to a wedding, her car breaks down and someone is driving on the road and this person pulls over to help her, and I think it's her ex-boyfriend. Now there are 4 anticipated releases. I don't know if I'll get to all of them because I'm getting it into my head that I don't have to read every book on my TBR. I like to have a selection, I have realized. The Fury by Alex Michaelides. Read 2 books by this author, loved them both, The Silent Patient and The Maidens. I really enjoyed both of those books. This one, excuse background noise, this one, think of it as a glass onion because we are following the main character. This main character's best friend is an actress or something like that, I believe. She invites her group of friends, which includes the main character, and she invites them to come onto her island, and then people start dying. Truths are coming out, they are catching up on what's been happening in their lives, and like I said, meta. This book, I'm not entirely sure what's happening with it because I can only find the audiobook for this book, and I don't really do audiobooks. I just can't get into audiobooks. The Voice of the Wretched, which is book 2 in the Court of Miracles trilogy, I'm assuming, by Kester Grant. It is an alternative look at the French Revolution, and I believe it's loosely inspired by Les Mis. Really enjoyed the first one. I just don't know what's going to happen with the second one. I can't find the ebook for it. I don't even think I can find a physical book for this. So I don't know what's going to happen with that one. I think I'm going to have to keep an eye out for it and then probably read it later on in the year, hopefully. Visions of Flesh and Fire, which is the compendium to the From Blood and Ash series, and the Flesh and Fire series, which is the spin-off series to From Blood and Ash by Jennifer L. Armentrout. This is said to have short stories. It's said to have maps. Miss Willa is the perspective in this book. There's history, there's added history in this world. This book I'm about to tell you would have to be my most anticipated book of 2024. It's coming out later February, so I'm not gonna get a chance to read it, so I'll probably read it in March. so I'll talk to you a little bit more about it in March when I actually get to reading it. Empire of the Damned, Book 2, The Empire of the Vampire Trilogy by J. Kristoff. I'm excited for this one. The first book left on a cliffhanger, and I need to know what's going to happen. I can't wait to see what the illustrations are going to look like, because the illustrations in the first one were really good. So I'm anticipating this book. As soon as this one comes out, I'm running to the bookstore. This is just the beginning. This is just a little bit of a taste test. And I have so many other books on my TBR, but I have to get it into my potato brain that selections, you know, I like having a selection of books to pick and choose what I want to read, and I may get a head start on some of these a little bit earlier. I might be a bit naughty in that, but also I don't really care that much anymore, so yeah, more freedom for me. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. Like, my TBR jar doesn't completely hate me, which is good to see. Let me know, have you read any of these books? Have you enjoyed them? What books are you planning on reading in February? Do you have any anticipated releases that you are hoping to get to? And I will see you in another video. Bye for now.